Hello guys and girls, my name is PurpleHatMan and 2025 is now over. So like I always do, I thought it'd be nice to take a look back at my favourite videos from throughout the year. Please leave me a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video. I have lots of exciting stuff planned for 2026, so if you want to keep up with what I get up to, then subscribe. With that said, let's get started. So the first video I want to talk about is the Season 24 pack opening highlights video for Apex Legends. This is the second pack opening video I've done on the channel, and the first one has a stellar reputation with me personally, because it is still the most popular video I have ever made. I spoke about it in my 2023 highlights video, and this second one has again done fantastically, but unfortunately it didn't do nearly as well as the first video I did. And I don't know why this is, to be honest. I did a similar kind of thumbnail. I tried to talk the same and have this whole like same demeanor, same energy, same kind of editing, quick pace, just cutting from one pack to the next, to the next, to the next, and only showing the good stuff. The only things I can surmise is that there wasn't a heirloom in that video, and there was in the first opening I did. And I suppose without that in the thumbnail, that probably drew in a few less people. But this second video got about 2,000 views and was really positive overall. It got comments and likes, and it still did really well, and it's the second most viewed video on my channel. But the first video got 27,000 views, so a loss of 25,000 viewers is really unusual, despite the fact that, like I say, I did the video as similarly as I could, and they are, for all intents and purposes, exactly the same, except in, you know, what happens in them. But I guess that just happens sometimes, where viewership drops off and, you know, something doesn't do well as another. That's something I'm very used to, but I still loved doing this video. I finally saved up, you know, enough packs to do it, and it was even more this time. I was really proud that I got 225 to open. I thought, oh, we're doing it bigger and better than ever, and to be honest, I'm still pleased with how that video did. That's why it's in this highlights video, because it is still very much a highlight for the last year and my channel in general. I will definitely be doing another pack opening video, because this one still did well, and I still believe that those videos are something that people want to see. So I am going to continue. I am currently saving up packs at the moment. It's going to take a few more seasons before I think I'm ready, you know, I have enough to do another pack opening and have it be the length of time I'm used to them being. But yeah, this video is still a highlight, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm right? This is One Piece, right? I think. His legs are made of wood. I've just realised his legs are made of wood. He's rocking 2 peg legs out here. The next thing I want to talk about is going to be a bit of a theme for this highlights video, but it's not a single video, it is more of a series. And that is the series of videos on my time reading The Incredible Hulk. Because as much as I know about Marvel and how many Marvel comics I've read and how many years I've been reading them, I do not regard myself as a historian and as a decent like researcher of Marvel. I'm not aware of a lot of the history of stuff. I haven't read a lot of classic comics, and I simply don't have the time to go back and research it all, and I don't really have the motivation either. But there is one character I know a lot about, and whose history from about 2008 onwards I can give you a very detailed description of. And that is the Hulk. I did the first 3 videos in this series last year, and I am really pleased with how they turned out. I think they do nail the tone that I was looking for, with here's the information, here's what I thought was cool about the story, and it's all in this chronological order. It does feel really nice to get that out there and have that done. The videos themselves do quite well, with above average views, likes and comments, and positive feedback overall has been really good on them. The shorts for these videos also did quite well, and I honestly can't wait to continue the series in 2026. I definitely want to do a lot more on it, and I'm planning to make a lot more time. Obviously my goal with this series is to eventually get to the current run of the Hulk, which is not only excellent, but will mean I can make current videos on the current issues as they're released, which I think will be a really great thing for the analytics of the channel and the videos themselves. So it's definitely one of my 2026 goals to make as many of these videos as I can to try and catch up as much as I can. And I'm really looking forward to it. Rick Jones's voice starts to get all gravelly, his skin starts to turn blue, and he transforms into my favourite and best looking Hulk of all, A-Bomb. A-Bomb is absolutely ripped here, he looks amazing, and he tells the Red Hulk that he's not going down without a fight, and that he will kill him. The fight between Red Hulk and A-Bomb is on. Next up is the video I did on my 3 favourite Daredevil storylines. So if 2025 had a theme for me, it was to try and keep up with as many new releases as I could, whether that be TV shows, movies, or games. I would sit down, ask myself, do I have something to say about this topic, and can I make a video out of it? And obviously I made this video to coincide with the release of the Daredevil Born Again TV series. The TV series itself was great, but I didn't have anything particularly special to say about the series itself. But it definitely got me thinking about my favourite storylines from the comic books that I've read about Daredevil. I haven't read an extensive amount of Daredevil. I can't say he's one of my favourite characters, but he's definitely one I like to read about when I do get the chance to. And I still think it was a great idea to take a video and go, hey, there's this new TV series that's out, it's very good. Here are some comic book moments about the same character that are also good. It's another comic book video where I don't have to know the entire history of the character to be informative. I can just go, hey, here's some cool stuff and here's why it's cool. That's very much on brand for me and something I really thrive on with comics. The only other thing of note was that I was really pleased with the short I made out of that video because it was entirely unrelated to the video itself. It was just kind of a clip that's like, hey, here's this other little funny story about Daredevil, and I'm just really glad that I made it because I genuinely think it's very funny and it's a very funny moment from the comics that I'm glad I could share with people. The reception on the video was relatively positive, so I think it was worthwhile making it, and I hope to make more stuff like that in the future about characters I wouldn't typically talk about. The big twist of the story is that the Hand is ruled by an entity known as the Beast, and this has now possessed Matt Murdock, so he's basically a demon in human form, which is why he can do all of these impossible things. Very soon after the Daredevil video, I made a video about the Sentry. The Sentry is another character I've always wanted to talk about because he is a sensational character which I personally really enjoy because I love big, powerful characters that are kind of unpredictable, and he is kind of the epitome of that, being this guy with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, but also so many mental illnesses, it makes him a literal sun-sized ticking time bomb. The Sentry himself is a character I do feel quite close to because he's another character that I can speak very confidently about because he did debut in the 2000s around the time when I got into comic books. So by the time I started reading comics, he was a few years in, an established character, but not one with all the deep lore that goes back into the 1970s and 80s and stuff like that. The video itself did relatively well, and the short I made for it I was also really pleased with. Overall, it was great to make a video about a character that I not only enjoy and know a lot about, but also had a recent debut in a new film. So it was really great to capitalize on that opportunity. Now, the Celestial is actually killed at the end of the story, and the Sentry offers to fly this immense planet-sized body far, far away, and it seems to be, again, no effort for him whatsoever. I truly think that this is the strongest we have ever seen the Sentry. I obviously made a lot of comic book videos in 2025, but there was one video that was not comic book related that I do want to talk about, and that is the video I did on the animatronic killer in Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight as a game is always great to make videos on, mostly because it's so simple kind of format-wise. Come up with a build, record a few matches, make a video out of those matches. It's very kind of cut and dry, and it's a nice simple process for me. And it was still following my theme of the year to try and keep up with new releases because this was the new killer released for the game. And I remember being really pleased with the matches I got and the quality of the video because I was like, okay, there are definitely matches here that I want in the video, and there are even good matches that I put in a separate little video that I put on Patreon, which I always do for my Dead by Daylight videos. There are moments in the video that I genuinely think are funny and that people will enjoy. I'm also really pleased with the shorts I got out of it because there were moments while I was playing where I was like, okay, cut, that's a short right there. All I have to do is resize that, cut it there, that's a short, baby, it's gonna do great. The video itself did really well. Dead by Daylight videos always surprise me with how well they do. It is actually the 4th most viewed video on my channel, which was totally out of nowhere, but again, a pleasant surprise. Dead by Daylight is something I do want to look into making more videos for next year, which is another reason I bring it up here. I do have a couple of ideas in the works, more survivor-based stuff, but I'll have to see with how much time I get, but that's my hope anyway. In fact, if you want to see more Dead by Daylight in 2026, then just leave me a comment that says DBD 2026, and I will take that as a vote that I should do more. Do you know what? She's making a fool out of me. Woo!
There is
no escape. My next highlight from the year was my series on Borderlands 3. Now, in the first video of this series, I do talk a lot about what the Borderlands series of games mean to me and why I was excited and decided to play Borderlands 3. But the short version is that I did have the game in a drawer for years after loving Borderlands 2, and I just kept procrastinating and not playing it because I was determined to play it for YouTube. Because of the release of Borderlands 4, it finally gave me that push to go, okay, if there was ever a time to play Borderlands 3, it's right now. Now, I am glad that I did make these videos and played Borderlands 3 because it was a fantastic game, but there's no denying that the series itself was kind of littered with issues. I don't think I've spoken about this before, but it is very evident if you watch the videos. The main issue that was going on at the time is that for some reason, while I was playing Borderlands 3, specifically just that game as well, my smoke alarm decided to beep at kind of 10-15 minute intervals. To this day, I have no idea why this happened while I was recording, and only while I was recording Borderlands 3. There is seemingly no explanation. So if you watch that series, you do hear, at least in the first few episodes, these high-pitched beeps that go off once every like 10-15 minutes. This was obviously very frustrating for me because I always try to obviously make my videos to the highest quality I can, and having a random beeping go off in the background was very disruptive and also very confusing because it hasn't happened since and it never happened before. As frustrating as it was to have these issues and be rushing to get a game done, I did very much enjoy making the series. I am still very proud of myself for making it, and the series itself does have a very positive ending because I loved Borderlands 3 so much that it became my go-to game for weeks after I stopped recording. It was one of those situations where that childhood excitement kind of came back in. I would think to myself, I have work in 2 hours, what can I do? Oh, I know, I can play Borderlands 3 for 2 hours. And it was just lovely to have that feeling about a game again, even one I'd spent so much time with. And it leads very nicely into my last highlight of the year.
Now let me slip into something more comfortable.
Clay says there's a traitor among us, and you need my ID. All yours, baby. Whoever the traitor is, Clay's gonna tear him limb from limb if I don't find him first.
I'm so confused, but a little turned on. Oh god, it's so weird. Okay, I'll just carry on with the mission. And that final highlight of the year is obviously Borderlands 4. This series was a highlight pretty much for all the reasons I've already said. It was me trying to keep up with current events. I played all of Borderlands 3 just to prepare for it, and it was another full walkthrough series, which is always something to celebrate. Although I can't say that I enjoyed Borderlands 4 as much as I enjoyed Borderlands 3, mostly because it was a very different style of Borderlands game, I feel personally, and the difficulty was absolutely crazy. There are multiple times throughout that series where you can hear me getting very annoyed and frustrated, and I don't usually get frustrated at all, so to have a game do it multiple times to me is something special, let's just say that. Despite the negative things I have to say about Borderlands 4, I am still really glad that I made the series, and the Borderlands series of games still has a special place in my heart. I don't regret playing them for a single second, and I'm glad that they're on the channel for other people to enjoy with me. And I still think this is a great final highlight for what was, for me, a fantastic year on the channel. Oh no, you're so... Run away! I can't, there's nowhere to run to! There's nowhere to fucking run! Where are you going? He's running away from me. Okay. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's coming back. Oh, no, he's running away. Am I at, like, the boundary or something? That worked out great for me. And that is it. I hope you all enjoyed this look back at 2025. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have big plans for 2026, including new styles of video, new kinds of content, and even collaborations. It's a really exciting time, so if you want to keep up with me, please subscribe, join me on this journey. Leave me a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video, but with that said, I have been PurpleHatMan, you have been a great audience, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Till we're back from the dead.